Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another lesson here at English Pod. My name is Marco.
And my name is Catherine. So, Marco, what are we talking about today?
Today, we are taking a look at a guy who is a little bit too afraid of people in general.
There's a good word for this in English. Someone who's almost too afraid all the time. Someone who is overly cautious. We call this person paranoid.
Okay, so if you are paranoid, you think that everyone is wants to hurt you or that everyone is out to get you.
Wait, did you hear that?
That's
No, did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
Someone at the door. Marco, can you check the... Okay, that's paranoid. You know, you're always hearing voices and noises and things.
Yeah, so a paranoid, somebody that is paranoid. All right, so why don't we listen to this dialogue for the first time and see what this person is all paranoid about.
There it is again.
Dan, dude, you have to come over to my house right now.
Is everything okay?
Just get over here.
Come in. Quickly.
So, since when is your house a bank?
What do you mean?
I mean, what's up with the 4 locks and iron bars on your windows?
Security, Dan! Security! You can never be too safe, you know. A lot of sickos out there. Just the other day, they caught that peeping Tom, red-handed, had a high-power telescope and binoculars by his window.
What's the matter with you? Why are you acting all paranoid?
Paranoid? I'm not paranoid! I'm cautious! You see, Dan, we have to be on guard at all times. People just invade your privacy as if they knew you. Telemarketers, solicitors, even your bank. They have way too much information. I like to keep everything on a need-to-know basis.
Okay. Well, what did you want to see me about?
You're being watched. Be careful, Dan. Be careful.
All right, we're back. So, I think this guy is a little bit too cautious.
I would have to agree with you, and I would go so far as to call him paranoid. But there's a lot of great stuff in this dialogue that we can use in a lot of different situations. So let's take a look at some of these new words in today's language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, the first word on language takeaway today is sicko.
Sicko is also the name of a movie that was a documentary famous in America by Michael Moore, actually.
Right.
But sicko, in this context, means someone who is a bit weird in a bad way.
So if you tell somebody you're sick, but like in that tone, right, you're saying you're sick. You're a sick person.
You're gross.
Right, you're saying you're gross.
Or people who have inappropriate humor, who make jokes about not so nice things.
Right.
Yeah, they're sick. But in this case, sickos are people who maybe like to hurt other people, or people who are a little bit crazy, people who are not normal.
So it's not a nice way of calling someone crazy, right? If you say, oh, he's a sicko, it's not really nice.
Not at all. It's a way of saying that you're almost scared of this person because they're kind of weird and almost they have problems.
All right, so sicko. Moving on to our next word. We saw that the guy was afraid of
Telemarketers.
Exactly. So what are these guys?
Well, we've got 2 words being put together here, tele and market. So tele...
Like telephone.
Telephone. Over communication. So they're not in person. They're people who call you up and market things. They try to sell you stuff over the phone.
So this is very common. You get a phone call on your cell phone and they ask you if you're happy with your long distance calling plan or if you need new TV cable or something like that.
And they always call during dinner or late at night, which drives me nuts.
Exactly.
So these are telemarketers. These are people who call you trying to sell things to you.
And very similar to these is a solicitors.
Exactly. But the big difference here with solicitors and telemarketers is that solicitors actually go to your house. They knock on your door.
So they're also called door-to-door salesmen or saleswomen.
That's right. So door-to-door salesmen, they go from door to door trying to sell things. But in this case, a solicitor is someone who comes to your house to try to get you to do something, to buy something.
All right, very good. And moving on to our next word, we have a peeping Tom.
That's right. We heard this a little bit earlier in the dialogue, and a peeping Tom is, again, a negative thing to say about someone. A peeping Tom, well, the word peep means to look, but kind of
Quick
like...
look.
Yeah, it's a quick look. So peeping Tom is a person who spies on other people.
Okay, so a synonym of a peeping Tom would be a voyeur.
A voyeur. So someone who... without getting caught, tries to look at other people while they're in their homes. And so it's really bad because it's usually inappropriate. It's usually people who are watching women get undressed or...
Right.
Yeah.
So a peeping Tom is just an informal way of saying a voyeur or somebody who is spying on people. So those are the words for today in language takeaway. Let's listen to our dialogue again, and then we'll be right back.
Dan, dude, you have to come over to my house right now.
Is everything okay?
Just get over here. Come in. Quickly.
So, since when is your house a bank?
What do you mean?
I mean, what's up with the 4 locks and iron bars on your windows?
Security, Dan! Security! You can never be too safe, you know. A lot of sickos out there. Just the other day, they caught that peeping Tom red-handed. Had a high-power telescope and binoculars by his window.
What's the matter with you? Why are you acting all paranoid?
Paranoid? I'm not paranoid! I'm cautious! You see, Dan, we have to be on guard at all time. People just invade your privacy as if they knew you. Telemarketers, solicitors, even your bank. They have way too much information. I like to keep everything on a need-to-know basis.
Okay. Well, what did you want to see me about?
You're being watched. Be careful, Dan. Be careful.
Now we're back, and we had some interesting phrases in the dialogue. The first one being, you can never be too safe.
Fluency builder.
All right, so this is a common mom phrase. You often hear mothers say this when they're sending their kids off to school or whatever. Say, don't talk to strangers, and the kid says, well, why not? You can never be too safe, right? It's good to err on the side of caution.
So it's okay to be extra safe or extra cautious, just in case.
Exactly. You never know what's going to happen, so it's better to be cautious than not. And that's what this person's saying. He's saying, well, security, it's important. You can never be too safe. You never know what might happen.
Is there another way that we can combine it? Like, you can never be too careful?
Exactly.
Basically the same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
All right. What's our next phrase?
Our next phrase is about this peeping Tom, this person that they caught. They caught him red-handed.
We caught you red-handed.
Or he's been caught red-handed.
So what does that mean?
It's a very colorful phrase, and I don't just mean that because we're calling him red-handed, but to catch red-handed means to catch someone while they're doing something wrong. So if I see you breaking into someone's house and I say, Marco, stop! I'm catching you! Stop now! I just caught you red-handed.
You saw me doing the act.
Exactly.
And another way of saying this is you caught him with his hand in the cookie jar.
Okay, and this is another great phrase. You can imagine a child who sees the cookies in a very special jar on the counter in the kitchen. And mom says, don't eat the cookies. Well, the child goes into the kitchen and sees the cookies and opens the jar and puts his hand in the jar. And then mom comes and says, caught you. That's a boy with his hand or a child with their hand in the cookie jar.
So it's the same thing. I can say, I caught you with your hand in the cookie jar.
Or you were caught red-handed.
All right. And our last phrase for today is, you are on a need-to-know basis.
All right. This is a great one. This is often said in spy movies, I think. So we say, you're on a need-to-know basis. That means that if you really need to know something, then I will tell you.
Right.
But if not, I won't.
So you only have the information that is necessary, no more or less, right? You're on a need-to-know basis.
Right, so I say, tell me, Marco, tell me what happened. I want to know.
Right, and I can say, no, you're on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know this. All right, so a need-to-know basis, as you say, very popular among spy movies and government movies and stuff like that.
Conspiracy movies.
Yeah. All right, so let's listen to this dialogue for the very last time, and we'll be right back.
Dan, dude, you have to come over to my house right now.
Is everything okay?
Just get over here.
Come in. Quickly.
So, since when is your house a bank?
What do you mean?
I mean, what's up with the 4 locks and iron bars on your windows?
Security, Dan! Security! You can never be too safe, you know. A lot of sickos out there. Just the other day, they caught that peeping Tom, red-handed. Had a high-power telescope and binoculars by his window.
What's the matter with you? Why are you acting all paranoid?
Paranoid? I'm not paranoid! I'm cautious! You see, Dan, we have to be on guard at all time. People just invade your privacy as if they knew you. Telemarketers, solicitors, even your bank. They have way too much information. I like to keep everything on a need-to-know basis.
Okay. Well, what did you want to see me about?
You're being watched. Be careful, Dan. Be careful.
All right, so the guy's a little bit paranoid. There's another word for this as well, similar, right? It's schizo?
Schizophrenia is a disease, and a lot of people have it, and it's not too uncommon. But a popular slang word to say someone's crazy is schizo.
So if you guys remember this movie, A Beautiful Mind, it's all about this famous mathematician named John Nash. And, he was a genius. He came up with game theory and a lot of subsequent usage of this for economy, for many things. But it was proven that he was schizophrenic, right?
A paranoid schizophrenic. So not only did he kind of have experienced reality in different ways, but he's also paranoid. So he was afraid that the government was trying to kill him, and so he was irrationally afraid of everything going on around him, and it made him very unsafe because he could hurt himself or hurt other people.
And the interesting thing about this is that there is no actual cure for it. You just learn to cope and live with it. So you never really get cured. You just kind of live with it.
Learn how to understand what's real and what's not.
The power of words. Words have a strong effect on people. They can change emotions, thoughts, and actions. Some words make people happy, while others make them sad. The words that people hear or read every day can shape their mindset. A kind word can bring comfort, and a harsh word can cause pain. Positive words can inspire and motivate. When people hear words of encouragement, they feel stronger and more confident. Compliments make people feel valued and appreciated. Supportive words help people believe in themselves. When people hear kind words, they are more likely to have a positive attitude. Negative words can hurt and cause doubt. When someone hears criticism, they may feel insecure. Harsh words can make people feel small and unimportant. Some words can cause fear or anxiety. When people hear negative words often, they may start to believe them, and this can affect their confidence. The words that people use with themselves are also important. Self-talk, or the words people say in their minds, can change their mood and thoughts. When people tell themselves positive things, they feel better. When they think negative thoughts, they may feel sad or stressed. Words have great power. They can bring happiness or sadness, confidence or fear. Choosing the right words can make a big difference in how people feel and think. How words affect emotions. Words can create different emotions in people. They can bring joy, comfort, and confidence, but they can also cause sadness, fear, and stress. The way words are spoken or written can change how people feel inside. Kind words can make people feel safe and happy. When someone hears words of love and support, they feel warm and cared for. A simple, "You did a great job," or "I believe in you," can fill a person with confidence. Encouraging words help people feel strong, even when they face challenges. Hurtful words can cause pain and worry. Insults and criticism can make people feel small and unworthy. Words of doubt or rejection can bring sadness. Sometimes, negative words stay in a person's mind for a long time, making them feel anxious or insecure. The words people hear often shape their emotions every day. A friendly greeting can brighten someone's mood, while an unkind comment can ruin their day. Words have the power to lift people up or bring them down. Choosing words carefully can help create a positive and happy atmosphere. The influence of words on mindset. Words do not only affect emotions, they also shape the way people think. The things people hear and say every day can change their mindset. A positive mindset helps people feel strong and hopeful, while a negative mindset can make life feel difficult and stressful. Encouraging words can help people believe in themselves. When someone hears, "You can do it," or "Keep trying," they feel motivated to work harder. These words give them confidence and help them see challenges as opportunities to grow. Positive words create a mindset of strength and success. Negative words can fill the mind with doubt. When people hear, "You are not good enough," or "You will fail," they may start to believe these words. This can make them afraid to try new things. A negative mindset can stop people from reaching their goals and make them feel helpless. The way people talk to themselves is also important. If they use kind and encouraging words in their thoughts, they feel happier and more confident. If they say negative things to themselves, they may feel sad and discouraged. The words inside the mind are just as powerful as the words from other people. Choosing the right words can help create a strong and positive mindset. When people hear and use positive words, they feel more capable and ready to face life's challenges. The negative effects of hurtful words. Hurtful words can have a deep impact on people. They do not just cause pain in the moment, but can stay in a person's mind for a long time. Some words can create feelings of insecurity, anxiety, or even fear. When people hear insults or criticism often, they may start to believe those words. They may feel that they are not good enough or that they will never succeed. This can make them doubt their abilities and lose confidence. Words like "you are not smart" or "you will never achieve anything" can damage a person's self-esteem. Some words can also create stress and worry. If people are told that they are not capable or that they will fail, they may become afraid to try new things. Negative words can make people feel hopeless and trapped. They may begin to avoid challenges because they fear disappointment. Even when words are not meant to hurt, they can still have a strong effect. Jokes or careless comments can make someone feel embarrassed or unimportant. Over time, too many negative words can lead to sadness, frustration, or even paranoia. People may start to expect bad things, even when there is no reason to worry. Being careful with words is important because they have power. A single negative comment can stay in a person's mind for years, shaping their thoughts and feelings. Choosing kind and supportive words helps to protect and uplift others. The power of positive words. Positive words have the power to heal, encourage, and inspire. They can help people feel strong, confident, and happy. When people use kind and supportive words, they create a better environment for themselves and others. A simple word of encouragement can change someone's day. Hearing "you are doing great" or "I believe in you" gives people the confidence to keep going. Supportive words can help people overcome challenges and achieve their goals. They remind people that they are capable and valued. Speaking kindly to others creates a positive atmosphere. When people hear words of appreciation and respect, they feel safe and motivated. A kind word can make someone smile, feel loved, and believe in themselves. Compliments and encouragement can build strong relationships and make life more enjoyable. The words people say to themselves are just as important as the words from others. When people use positive self-talk, they feel more hopeful and motivated. Saying, "I can do this," or "I am strong," helps create a mindset of success and happiness. Positive words in the mind can replace fear and doubt with confidence and determination. Words shape emotions, thoughts, and actions. Choosing positive and encouraging words makes life brighter and more meaningful. Speaking with kindness and care helps create a world where people feel valued, supported, and inspired.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. A deranged, psychotic, or morbidly obsessed person.
Sicko.
Doing something wrong or illegal.
Red-handed.
To affect in an unwanted way.
Invade.
Having a feeling that people will harm you.
Paranoid.
Situation where you have only the information you need.
Need to know basis.
Let's try that faster. Having a feeling that people will harm you.
Paranoid.
To affect in an unwanted way.
Invade.
A deranged, psychotic, or morbidly obsessed person.
Sicko.
Situation where you have only the information you need.
Need to know basis.
Doing something wrong or illegal.
Red-handed.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Sicko. That sicko just brushed against me again. Sicko. Get your hands off me, you sicko. Sicko. Our society is full of these types of sickos. Red-handed. The little boy was caught red-handed stealing cookies out of the pantry. Red-handed. Caught red-handed, you little thief. I knew someone was stealing my change. Red-handed. The graffiti artist was caught red-handed. He was identified by the paint on his hands. Paranoid. Don't be paranoid, Bob. Even if there were aliens, they wouldn't want to abduct you. Paranoid. Paranoia is characterized by extreme anxiety and fear. Paranoid. I don't think he is just being paranoid. There really is a vampire waiting outside. Invade. The troops invaded at dawn. Invade. The place is invaded by tourists every summer. Invade. I must insist you not come in. It really is an invasion of privacy. Need to know basis. The details of my date last night are on a need to know basis. Need to know basis. If you don't have a specific need to know, I can't tell you. Need to know basis. Access to the report of the UFO crash are on a need to know basis.